All right, we're joined, guys. Here it is. This is East Coast royalty we got here, guys. We got Steve from Deadbeat Customs, and we got Big Truth back. You guys saw the Big Truth episode, and he came back for more.
We're sober this time, though, right?
In fact, I have a challenge I'm going to be doing tonight. I didn't even tell Dan about this.
Okay.
You guys might have seen when I blacked out on a bottle of Ocho.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The challenge tonight is I'm finishing this bottle, and I'm not going to black out.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
I
Here
got
we
a
go.
bottle in the back. Should I go get it? Is this what we got to do right now?
Go get it. Go get it.
I got a big old mason jar full of this stuff.
How do we know that's not water?
Because half the bottle's empty.
All right.
This is an expensive bottle of tequila.
Yeah, it is. It's good shit,
All right,
though.
just kidding. It is water.
You fucker. Truth's about to down a bottle of Ocho right now.
I can't really do a whole bottle, but I am going to drink some Ocho.
I know. Actually, I did a whole bottle on Crazy Gentleman's podcast. It was me, him, and Walter. We were at what show we were at? We were at Fuel, and I drank a whole bottle, and then that episode's never going to come out because it got a little too much.
Honestly, the one that we did together, I was like, I shouldn't release part 2. It got really bad. I'm glad that we did you first though, because the first half I kept it together a little bit, and then it was night time.
Yeah, but that's where it gets fun, man. Because that's what these are, right? Like everyone likes the episodes that's like the posse episodes like this because we're just breaking balls and hanging out and doing dumb shit, right? And
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
like this.
So you're at the shop, Steve. Where are you? Are you at your
I'm at my
house?
house.
Yep. What do you got going in the back there? What do you got on the lift?
Shitbox motorcycle. I
Hell
fucking
yeah.
hate that bike.
Is that the Evo you've been working on?
Twin cam chopper that I bought for $3,000
okay.
on Facebook. I work on once a week if I'm lucky.
Nice.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
hardest thing, getting time for your own projects, right?
Yeah. I actually
Yeah,
took
I've been-
half the day off this morning. I said, I'm going to work my bike this morning and I'll see you at noontime. And I put the transmission in and I got just about ready to start. I got it on a tender now because it's been dead for quite a bit. So it's on a tender and might be running this week. We'll see.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So yeah, we wanted to get you both on the show because we were talking a little bit in the intro about this, but my goal for the last few years has been to make Laconia cool again. And a lot of the dudes in this, in the Northeast, they're like, Laconia, they stick their nose up at it. They're like, fuck that. Bought the t-shirt, all the big companies fucking have all the real estate there, but it's getting it's not
You
going
just
to
need
ever
to
be
know
cool
where to
if
go.
cool guys. Yeah, it's not going to be cool if you don't go up there and do cool shit,
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so this episode we wanted to talk about. Steve, you got something, one of my favorite events you've done in the past too, and I wanted you to talk about that. And Truth has something brand new. But let's start with you, Steve. On Wednesday, June 18th, at the Hill Climb at Gunstock, what do you got going on?
We're doing the Deadbeat Invitational, 30 bikes. We split it right down the middle, 15 choppers, 15 performance builds. That's pretty much everything else. FXRs, baggers, diners. We give away 2 trophies, and we invite 30 people over the course of 6 months, really, to come out and tow their bikes.
The Hill Climb's one of my favorite events at Laconia every year. It is fucking fun. It's an all-day event. It's BYOB, and it's gotten expensive as fuck though. I think it was $30 to get in last year.
Yeah. But
You got to do something about that.
you got
That all
everything
goes to
there, though.
Gunstock. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the cool thing is? The Hill Climb has always had like 20. The first time I went to Laconia, like 20 something years ago, they used to have what was called Vintage Laconia, which was like a vintage bike show at the Hill Climb. So it's cool that Steve, that you're still doing a show there and keeping that like kind of tradition going. You know what I mean? Of having like a rad show outside of like the meatball fucking Main Street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gotten
But
pretty crazy the past couple of years with East Coast and coming on board and the show I'm
Yeah.
doing now. It's definitely become quite this one-day circus.
yeah,
There's a lot
yeah,
to do in a very small area.
yep.
For sure.
Yeah, dude, it keeps on get every year it gets bigger and bigger. Like last year they had the stunty boys fucking smoking shit. You got cool choppers and shit. And then in the background, I mean, it's just like you don't have to go there in your lawn chair and sit down and like with your binocular. There's just weird shit going up the hill every fucking couple of minutes. You're like, what the fuck is that? Is that a snowmobile? You know?
Was that a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that they put a jump at the starting line is like,
Yeah.
that hill climb's
Yes.
no joke. And they put a kicker basically right off the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you go and walk to the very bottom of the hill and you look up, you're like, holy shit, that's fucking steep. When you're standing way back, you're just like, I could fucking do that.
Yeah.
Let me hop on my 883.
You ever
Well,
see
yeah,
dudes
they're sending all
baggers
sorts
do
of
that?
nutty shit up there.
What was that, Truth?
I said, you ever see dudes on baggers do the hill climb? That shit's fucking ridiculous.
No, I
I've
haven't
not.
seen that.
I would love to see that.
I've seen a couple. Yeah, it's fucking. I don't know. That's a motherfucker that can ride. Or they did some whatever they. I don't know what mods they did. You know.
Do they make it? They make it up to the top?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I saw one year. I saw snowmobiles doing it. That was fucking insane.
That's crazy.
I was like, is that sanctioned? Like, is that part of the show?
Oh, snowmobiles doing it on the dirt.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That fucking place gets nuts though, because they have like when you pull up, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of bikes. Like just that entire space fills up in so many bikes. Like I don't think cars are even allowed. Like I don't ever see any cars there.
And it's like a half mile from roughly where you park to like where you're getting into it. If you get there a little late, but straight up, I mean, you get a bike show just walking into the hill climb show. It's crazy. There's so many fucking people that go to that show every year.
Yeah.
I think last year they said they had 8,000 people.
8,000.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah. I'm always amazed by how many people are actually get there. Dude, what's 8,000 times 30? That's a lot of
wish
motherfucking
I
money
knew.
dude.
For the 24, and then you could add a bunch of zeros after.
Yeah, I
that.
think that's 240,000.
Oh, dude. Plus they got the
24,000?
camping there. Plus, people. I'm sure people have to pay through their nose to set up there and all that shit. You know.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I gotta own a ski mountain. Who wants to go halvesies? Dude, we'll pool our money, the four of us.
Yeah,
Let's
what do you
just
think
take over
what do you think
Pat's
a mountain costs?
I'm pretty sure
That's-
Gunstock's owned by the town. I think they're like one of the only few remaining ski
Really?
areas on the East Coast that are like community owned or there's some actual name for it, but
Huh.
yeah.
Like trust or something? Like a real estate trust?
Yeah.
It's pretty
Well, that's
rad.
fucking. I'm moving to that town, dude. They got big money. Streets are paved with gold, bro.
Taxpayers probably get a kickback from that, right? Like,
Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, dude. The other thing about going up to Laconia is Wednesday for the last. It's been like it's in the Farmer's Almanac. Like that Wednesday is always like the nicest day of the fucking bike.
Don't jinx it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I said to him in the
We
intro.
were talking about this
I think
before we
the
started
hill
recording.
climb last year was the last event I've been to where it didn't rain.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. I think if you say it, so I think it's the opposite. I think if you say it, the probability goes down that it's actually going to happen. Like if you're gambling, does anybody gamble here? I'm a big gambler.
Of course.
If I'm on the roulette table and I go, oh yeah, this is going to be black, it's definitely not going to be black. It's going to be red.
Fair assumption.
I mean,
I'm
that's
not a very
50-50
superstitious
chance.
guy, but
Yeah. Just a
I
little.
don't know. Maybe
suspicious.
it's always nice. It's always nice. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
So anyways, even if it's raining would be fun too, though. On a fucking hill climb,
Yeah.
it'd be a sloppy, wet mess.
I think Steve, wasn't it 2 years ago? I believe the year I brought the Sportster up. I think it had rained in the morning or something, but then by the time they opened up the gates, it was like the most perfect day ever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I
It's still
thought I remembered
fucking
that.
piping hot out there. Like usually I remember, like the couple times I went to Laconia, I just remember it was oppressively fucking hot. You know, being on an old air cooled bike, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, actually, last year it was definitely super fucking hot. I remember sitting in line because there's a line to get in. You know what I mean? And you're just sitting there, and heat is just like permeating up into your face while you wait for 8,000 people to park. Yeah, actually, it did rain last year in the morning, or 2 years ago. I remember it was like where you parked was a huge mud pit, so people were pulling in, and everybody was like slipping and sliding and shit.
Yeah.
It's fun just to park there.
There you go.
But the BYOB, that's huge. That's a lot of fun. And there's like a convenience store at the top of the hill. So you can, if you go into like one of the tents where they're selling like fucking Twisted Teas or some shit, you're paying $8 for a can or whatever, but you can just scoot on up to the convenience store at the top of the hill. And by the way, they give you they have golf carts and shit, and they give you free rides. So if you're down at the bottom, you can be like, yeah, I want to go to the convenience store. They'll zip you up there in a golf cart, and then you buy a bunch of 12 packs, and then they'll bring you back for free. And you get to ride on a golf cart.
It's a rad event all around. Yeah. It's super fun. And usually where Steve has it all set up is in the shade for the majority of the day.
True. Yeah. Last year I saw a gnarly dog fight, though. They have a little dog park there.
Oh, wow. I missed that.
Where people did you get on it?
There was this girl. Dude, this girl was she was like 65 pounds. Like she was tiny. And she had this humongous fucking like mastiff or something. Yeah. And some guys like Corgi or something was walking in there, and this thing just clamped down on its neck, and she could not do anything to stop it.
Damn.
Yeah, everybody like 12 dudes like ran in, and then they ran in like all heroically, and then at the very end they were like, "It's a big dog."
Yeah. No one had the wherewithal to do the finger in the butthole trick.
Oh, dude.
I
don't know if I would.
It's not my dog. I wouldn't have done it.
I'd rather stick. I think I'd rather get bit.
Yeah.
Does that actually work?
Allegedly, I've never had to do it, but allegedly that's how you stop a fight.
Because if it doesn't work, you're gonna look real.
Think about it this way, bro. If you had someone wrapped up
fighting, what do you mean?
I was just gonna say, would it work on you?
Yeah, it would work on you. If you were hemming some dude up, all of a sudden there was a finger in the butt, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, dude.
Kind of shake.
That's actually a good point.
Break the little C in red, you know.
Yeah, dude. My old lady will poke me in the asshole on my way up the stairs, putting the kids to bed or whatever, and I jump through my fucking skin if I'm not expecting it.
Nobody expects it. Dude, I've been in a handful of fights in my life, and that never crossed my mind. I was never like, protect your butthole.
Yeah. You might get the Oklahoma hook.
That's good.
Did you call it in a street fight?
I don't even know. Like, oh, dude. What if the guy likes it?
No, you just don't get a fight in P-Town, and it'd be good.
Dude, oh, shit.
I don't know. Yeah, the world is a weird place now, though. Yeah, you got to watch out.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that would definitely stop a fight.
Probably it would start another one, you know what I mean? It would temporarily stop it, then it would be like, what the fuck? And then it would be like,
what were we fighting about again? Now we're fighting about this.
Now we're fighting about something more serious.
All right, so so we're gonna be up at Gunstock on the 18th, faux show, and that's one event that I never miss, and super good time. So definitely get out there this year.
It's open at 9:00. Trophies get picked around 2. They start racing right at 9, and the place will be jamming probably by 10.
So the show coincides like completely with the climbs.
Yep.
You said
9 to 5.
They're doing this stunt show again this year?
Yeah, East Coastin puts on 3 shows throughout the day, or like, I don't know, 10, 1, and 4, or something like that. But yeah, second gates open to the public. They're racing. I mean, they're racing right at 9 a.m.
Yeah, the stunt show gets fucking packed too. So if you want to get a good seat up front, dude, they're encircled by. I mean, you heard there's 8,000 people there. At least 4,000 of them are around this fucking stunt show, dude.
Yeah,
especially because they do it like in an intermission. The stunt guys the East Coastin crew just does their thing when the hill climbs are in between, whatever they are, in between classes or whatever. So they give it a chance. Everybody can go and look, and it's nuts.
Yeah. That's right, because it just keeps like things moving. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to pick what you want to see.
Yep.
And if you guys used to come to Chophead Bike Nights, now you got to go see the stunt show over in Laconia because there's no more bike nights because of the.
Oh, the town shut you down,
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, man. They came at me hard last year because the stunt kids were going wild.
No shit.
Do they just send you an email, or do they show up there like in their fucking pleated khaki pants and shit?
No. Like the police showed up to the bike nights.
Oh,
and
fuck.
then they were chasing the stunt kids, couldn't catch the stunt kids, so they just came at me. You know what I mean? But like a lady had complained to the town, so they came at me at two fronts. They brought me up on bullshit criminal charges, and then they had the town was trying to come at my license and stuff, so I had to have like a business lawyer and a criminal defense attorney in October. You know what I mean? Which was, all my get through the winter money went to that. Yeah,
Dude,
But-
Not fun.
I didn't know that's
Not fun, no.
fucked.
It's the joys of owning a motorcycle shop in New England. Fucking.
I asked
But,
my town about doing a bike night, and they're the same thing. Oh, you need to go in front of the town to present it. You need a permit. And I'm like, forget I even asked.
Yeah. So we were doing it 9 years. There was never any issues. And then now if I want to do it, I need 2 police details, porta potties, sign off on giving away free pizza from the health inspector and blah, blah, blah. It would cost me $1,500 to do a bike night. And I'm like, shit's for free. I can't do that. It's wild. But that's another story.
Yeah.
But
It's so lame.
yeah,
It's so lame.
it's wild. You try and do
I'm so
you try and do cool shit in New England and you get shut down.
that's so lame, dude. I hate the war on fun. Like
There is a war on fun.
everybody's like, that's against the law. It's like, whose law? I didn't vote on that shit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If someone gets fucked up, like nobody's gonna I don't know. It's just
I-
like,
I
yeah, they
was
don't
a-
want anybody to have any fun.
Yeah, 9 years at bike nights, no DUIs, no fights, no nothing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
all it takes is a curmudgeon to.
They just want their fucking cut, dude. They want their fucking permits and they want this fucking bullshit,
Well, there used to be a different police chief, and he as far as police chiefs goes, he was all right. He didn't, he was cool. And then there's a new police chief, a new board of a new zoning guy, new, all this and that. And this lady, the problem was the lady she didn't just call the cops, she went to the town, so the town had to do something. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Like a neighbor or something.
Yeah, but I had to go to like a public hearing and shit. Like, you know what I mean? They're playing videos and stuff, and I'm like, trying not
what
to laugh.
the fuck?
Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh and fucking whatever.
You're like, oh shit, that was sick.
Dudes are doing burnouts around the cop cars and taking off and fucking
Yeah. I don't
That's
see any
sick.
problem here, guys.
whatever. It
Dude, all
is
the councilmen are like, yeah, that's fucking dope, dude.
Nah, but it sucks because I live in a town called Freetown. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you know what I mean? Come on.
It's a
Look at
good
that.
point.
People move in from other places and bring their bullshit with them. Like, COVID fucked a lot of shit up, man. You know what I'm saying?
True, yeah.
You guys know that in New Hampshire, man. You guys got hammered with fucking retards moving up there, fucking it all up.
Everybody wants
yeah.
to come to the land of the free.
And
The
then
free or
making
die
out-
state.
Yeah. Freetown's a little microcosm of that. You got a whole state.
Yeah. I do pretty much whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
But
So
you
it's
have to be like out in the
getting the
woods.
permission.
I live out in the forest.
Yeah. How deep are you out? How deep are you in the woods?
I guess I don't know. Dan's a city
Yeah.
slicker, so
You're
I wouldn't
literally-
say very far.
You're on top of a mountain though. Like you are in the mountains.
Yeah,
You
I
know
live
what I
on a dirt road that the GPS doesn't go to.
He's not but what 5 minutes from downtown Henniker.
Yeah.
But
I
he's,
used to go to Henniker all the time, man.
yeah, he's literally up on a mountain.
Yeah, there used to be the guy that taught us. I think we talked about that. Bernie of Vintage taught us a lot of shit, like when we were first learning. And then there was this kid Josh had a chopper shop there, like doing the wide tire choppers in like the early 2000s. What the name was that shop? It was cool. Henniker had it going on in New Hampshire back like in 2005, dude.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear there's like more than one shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henniker to me is big city. Like, because when I grew up in a really small town that even to this day doesn't even have a traffic light. There's like one gas station that doesn't have anybody working at it. It's just you go and you pay with your card now, but it used to have like it used to be like the country store.
It's not even honor system. Like it has a little bucket. You throw $5 in,
Yeah.
and pump $5 gas. Like
They'd probably turn a profit. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like yeah. It's a little town called Dunbarton, and it's just like nobody knows where it is. And I think growing up there was maybe 1,000 people live there, and it's all just like So I'm used to growing up, but like this, I'm pretty close to shit. But like sometimes when I invite people out to my house, especially during the winter, they're like, I can't even make it. I physically, my car won't make it there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was talking to Dan earlier today because I got the Softail I was working off the lift, and it's perfect for shakedown runs because it really puts it to the test. Because the whole fucking road is dirt and washboard and fucking like dips and huge boulders and shit that roll down the hill.
It's awesome.
So if anything's going to shake off, it's going to shake off on those runs. So
Kicking up rocks on all your show paint.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No
I've
problem.
taken my 3-inch wide Sportster through there a couple times with the Bone Orchard Springer and the hardtail, and I've gotten like they're not ruts, they turn into whoops. Like it's a rhythm section on a fucking motocross track. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I feel it. Yeah. But the paint, I don't even wash once it's built, I'd never wash my bike again because it immediately just gets fucked up. And yeah, dude, like riding down the road, I just hear like ping, ping, all the gravel and shit just bouncing off the fender and shit.
Oh yeah.
But I do my own paint. I did my own paint job. I tried to do a legit paint job, and it took me about 3 weeks. I fucked it up bad.
It's not bad, dude.
It's super easy to fuck paint up, man. The worst is when you fuck up the clear and because you're almost done and shit, and then it's like as long as it's like wet sandable and you can redo it, but like if you break through the clear and fucking fuck up the base coat or something, that shit sucks.
Yep.
I did an image transfer and I had to do it 5 different times. I kept on like tearing through it, and so now I just settle. I say I gotta ride this fucking thing. I'm done fucking with paint. You gotta befriend a paint guy. That's the goal. Because paint is such a big part of the bike, and it's so fucking hard to get right.
And then you bring him on as the second host of your podcast. Is that the technique?
Locked down, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I should have just given it to Dan. But I like to do things myself.
No, it's good.
And I've done a million rattle can jobs, and I was like, I'm gonna invest in the paint gun and all that shit, and get the fucking, I want to do the image transfer and the fucking sparkles. What do they call those things?
Flake.
Flake. The brain fart here, guys.
Sprinkles. That's what fucked it up, dude. You can't use birthday cake fucking sprinkles, bro. You gotta
you sprinkle it on like Salt Bay.
Looks like a fucking donut.
Yeah, that shit was hard though.
You painted in your garage?
Yeah, I did it in my garage. I did a little fucking Dexter Kilorum, and then definitely lost double digits off my brain cell count. Fucking inhaling all the chemicals, dude. Bathed in acetone.
You didn't wear a mask?
I had the mask on, but
like it don't even matter. It's like
that did not create a tight seal.
No.
I mean, that's the funnest part of painting is getting you get mad high, but you don't have the stigma of those dudes that like spray the gold spray paint on their face. You have their mugshot taken.
You ever see that? Someone made a meme of all the mugshots of those motherfuckers.
Oh yeah,
all the fucking silver face and shit. It's so fucking funny, dude. If I find it, I'll send it to you.
Dude, they all look insane. It's always the metallic one too. It must have like extra.
Must have something,
whatever is in the metallic paint. But yeah,
that's
just like
that's a good question for the listeners.
Yeah.
Tell us why metallic paint makes a better huffing situation.
Yeah.
We'll give you a prize if you the first one that gives a good explanation.
First person to tell me why huffing metallic paint is better, then I'll send you a t-shirt.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's up, man? I'm down with
and maybe I should try different paints.
That the next episode, that should be the challenge.
Yeah, instead of drinking all episode, I'll just huff paint.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll bring some urethane over.
Clear's the hardest, man.
Yeah, Clear's got that isocyanates in it. That shit'll harden your lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for
I
you.
had a really hard time with the Clear. I actually I had to cave and get the 2K can. I couldn't not get it on thick enough.
Yeah, we got to fuck with that gun. I wonder if you got a bad gun or something.
It's definitely an operator error.
Yeah.
As the paint job went on, it got worse and worse. Well, the other thing is like it's the last part of the build that you're doing, and you just want to ride, and it's like 75 degrees out, so you start rushing through shit, and you have to be super patient with paint.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the worst part of painting is cleaning the fucking guns. I don't know why, dude. It always seems to take forever, dude. And that's when my ADHD kicks in so hard, and I'm like, that's why I don't paint anymore. I painted a little bit back in the day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm upset with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Cleaning the gun sucks the worst. And if you, because it has to be surgically clean. It can't be like, if you half-ass it.
Sort of clean, yeah.
That's the problem that I had was I half-assed it, and I was like, clean enough, but it's like, it got these tiny little passages, and just like a thin coat of paint on there will fuck it all up.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, definitely send your paint out to a professional.
And that'll fuck it up if you don't get every sparkle out.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
100%.
sparkles.
I just want
if
to
I do a metal flake job out here, the next 3 or 4 paint jobs that I do will inevitably have one of those metal flakes in there for sure. And it's always in a super obvious fucking place.
Yeah. It's like a blue flake in the middle of like a white panel.
Yep. Yep. A silver flake on a black tank.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a renewed appreciation for how much painters actually charge, because like the guys that do it like really well, it's worth every penny, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
It literally takes, like, if you don't know what you're doing, it takes weeks. Again, just like, especially when you get fancy with it and you have like a airbrush gun, you know, and you're doing like different designs and shit, and it's expensive. Those mistakes are super expensive too. That paint ain't cheap.
No, I can't even imagine how much paint is now, like after and if the tariffs go through on that shit, like, you know, I don't know. Dan will know, right? Is it getting
bad.
wild?
It's real fucking bad. Yeah. Yep, for sure. A gallon of clear. I use Omni Clear MC270. It's like budget clear. It's production. It's made to just stick a couple coats on, and it's good. Whoa, it's good to go the next day. And I used to be able to get that a full gallon setup, 4-to-1 setup for like $165. And now I just ordered a kit the other day. Just the activator itself is over $90. So all in total, I think it's like $385, almost $400 just for a gallon of clear.
Yeah, so it doubled.
Yeah.
Over doubled.
Yeah. Yep. There's gallons of clear out there that people use on a daily basis in like some of the higher end shops that just a gallon of clear coat is over $1,000.
Yeah. How much you get out of a gallon?
I can make a gallon stretch pretty far just because I'm doing small tanks and I don't paint with any sort of, I don't know, it's odd timing. I don't do it all year round or whatever.
Yeah.
I can probably make it last a gallon of clear coat if I don't have a bunch of fuck ups that I have to keep clearing over and over and over again, like this flamingo set I'm doing. I could probably get like 4 full paint jobs out of it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it depends on if it's, you know, metal flake and candies and all that shit, and I got to
because you got to throw
a bunch of layers.
Throw more down, yeah.
Yeah, but it lasts a while. But for me to go, hey man, I only need a quart of clear coat to do your paint job, but this gallon of clear coat is fucking $480 or whatever. You know, that's a bitter pill for a lot of people to swallow. So it's tough.
Yeah. Well, nothing's cheap, motherfuckers. Get ready to pay up, dude. Because it ain't me raising the price on shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
fuck it. I know we're already feeling it. I mean, the good thing, the saving grace for me is that the Harley dealer near me is like, now their labor rate's like $150 an hour. So like, and we're still at $90. Like, so that saves me because like the prices of parts went up. It's like, I didn't control the price on that, man. This is what it is. Look, here's the price. Look, like I didn't make that, you know what I mean? But But I think the problem is now, and Steve, this is probably something you got to deal with. The prices are changing so much; it's hard to keep everything updated on the sites and stuff. I'm like, bro, like I just sold this, and it's like fucking yeah. You got to go through like 100 things every day to see what the prices are, man. Yeah, like this shit's wild.
Yeah, because all that shit. First of all, it's gonna go up, and it ain't never coming back down, dude.
Oh,
I've never seen a price drop
No.
on anything. Like, remember, like during COVID and shit, like everything was astronomical, and then it came back down.
It came
Everything's
down, but it came down, but it didn't come down to where it was.
Yeah. They're like, oh, that's the new normal. You know, like this is what the market threshold will fucking allow. You know, like people will still pay this much for this.
Yeah, but they're not counting that people had an extra $600 a week when they were buying all that dumb shit back then. You know what I mean? For inflated prices, like.
Yeah.
But when the government was just giving money out to everybody, but yeah, man, it's wild. I don't know where shit's going, dude. Like, you know
I'll
what I
have
mean?
customers call me for price quotes, and I'll look it up, and I'm like, oh shit, wasn't that much last time I checked.
Yeah. It's like, and that's like, it's like, it's on my site for $50 cheaper. Fuck, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like when someone tells, you forget something, and someone buys it because they see it being cheaper than anywhere else, and then you sold it, and you're like, shit, I can't even replace it for what I just fucking sold it for.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that sucks. Yeah, especially like when you have, like Steve, when you have that much inventory.
Yeah,
we sync up daily for live rates, so.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, I'm too dumb to do that.
Yeah, the computer thing you guys commented at the beginning that you guys weren't good with computers. That's like I'm the polar opposite.
I feel like you have to be to do what you do.
Yeah.
That's a whole different
I
animal.
run 2 monitors all day long. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Excel files and tech questions.
Yeah, I
do. You field all the tech questions and stuff?
Yeah.
That's awesome. No kidding.
You must get some time bandit motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. I can't. My tech is like, oh, you want to know something? Come by the shop. I'll take all the time. I ain't doing it on the phone. Click. Like, I hate the phone. I hate it. I know you're good. I deal with it. You know what I mean? I know, but it's just.
Yeah, I wear a headset for 8 hours all day long.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's brutal.
Oh shit, I didn't know. Like, I didn't even expect that. Like these days, I just expect that nobody has, because if you need some help with YouTube or Instagram or whatever, you're fucked. There's no fucking phone numbers. You know what I mean? Those emails are black holes. You know, and a lot of those big places are like that. They're just
I fucking hate about the motorcycle industry. Just call me. I'll answer the phone. You want to know what you need? Just call me. I'll price it out for you.
Yeah.
Like if you have to email someone, I answer the phone all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the people that make parts for, you know, that are resold and shit. We were talking to, it was Gremlin Wiring. He does his own tech support over the phone, like through different websites and stuff. And it's like,
I'm pretty sure he's the only one doing Sportster wiring harnesses right now. I was carrying Cycle Visions had a stripped down Sportster harness, and they stopped making it. I'm like, the only person I know that makes one is Gremlin, so go to him.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. His kits are sick, and he keeps on innovating. He just came out with I think he's working on a Softail kit or whatever. It's pretty sleek. But
I just got his MC Shop tees this month. I just got his it's Gremlin Wiring this month, so I got that t-shirt.
Oh no shit!
It's super sick. Yeah, it's cool.
Dude, yeah, that. I wish I would have bought that because I just did the wiring on my bike, and I was like, I forgot a bunch of stuff that I used to know, and I had to and then dude, it was stupid. I forget how stupid I am. I'm like, I have no business doing any of this shit.
Yeah. You wire one up, and then for 6 months after, you're like, I know literally everything there is to know about this setup and the wiring and the charging system. And then 6 months after that, it's all fucking gone again.
Yeah. You need to know a lot to put a motorcycle together, you know, and you're switching disciplines, you know, like we're just talking about paint. Paint's its own discipline. You need to know like this much to do it really well. Wiring, if you want to do it, like anybody can wire a bike up. If you want to do it really well.
Like 4 wires, but
yeah.
If you want to do it nice.
Yeah.
Right.
And neatly.
That's well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a different level.
Yeah. And I think that's what I strive to do it better. Every time I build a new bike, I'm like, I get a new skill set, try to do it a little bit better, you know?
Well, because you learned from the last one.
Yeah. But then sometimes time passes and you forget. You're like, oh yeah, that's the wrong. I already did that mistake. Sometimes you make the same mistake twice.
Ugh.
But it's fine. It's just time and money. We all have plenty of that.
Yeah.
Yep. I did that the other day. I was going through the scythe just to make sure it's all good for a party at the pen. I did an oil change on it, and and I have the pill oil tank on it, and I know it doesn't take 3 full quarts of oil. I put the first 2 in there, and I just start dumping in the third one. Fucked off, not paying attention or whatever. Overflowed the oil bag. It's all over the fucking battery. It's all over everything underneath. Like the front fender is completely covered in oil. The exhaust, like I had to fucking completely wash the bike. So stupid.
My favorite,
like one
my
of those
favorite
things, like,
oil
God damn it.
story though on that bike is
Fuck off.
when you when you first built it and you like stuffed a rag in there to like when you
Yeah,
were painting
so-
it, and then the rag fell in, and then you were riding around for months,
Oh no.
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm having oil feed issues, you know, and then
I-
you finally took it off, and there was a fucking one of those blue shop rags in there.
I still have it. No, it's these white, they're paper towels. And I use them
It was
for
a paper
work. They're
towel.
white ball paper towels. And I did the pill oil bag. I wanted to suspend it from the hole, so I put a bunch of towels in there to compact them in there, and then put the hook in there so there was a decent seal. Well, one of the rags stayed in there, and I didn't check, apparently, and I put the fucking bike together, and it was a cold-hearted bitch. It would take, on a 90-degree day, it would take 10 minutes for that bike to get to operating temperature. Straight up, choke on, like that fucking thing. And it ticked like a motherfucker. And I remember opening the oil cap one day and like, it doesn't look like it's flowing all that much. So I did an oil change. I kept thinking it was something to do in the transmission. So I ended up doing an oil change and I drained it. And as it was draining, it took fucking forever to drain too. So as it's draining, I stuck my little
They had a
pen light
paper
in there.
towel in it.
Yeah. I stuck my pen light in there and I could see it looked like initially it looked like leather just because it was soaked with the oil. So it was brown. I'm like, what the fuck? So I pulled it out and it was one of those. I still have the fucking paper towel hanging up in my garage.
There you go. Oh, it's a
Yeah, you
paper
gotta
towel?
frame it.
It was
Wasn't
a
even-
straight up paper towel. I ran,
It stayed.
Ryan,
It
what
didn't-
would
it
you say?
didn't-
I probably did 500 miles with
You
that
should have
fucking paper
hit up
towel
the
in it.
company that made that and got a sponsorship because that's a tough ass paper towel, man. I figured that's
Seriously.
what a fucking.
It's still in one piece.
Yeah.
It's not even like the edges are torn. And shit.
What, was it Brawny or Bounty? What
No, it's white ball. WYPALL. I use them for work all the
generic
time.
brand?
They also
Yeah.
make toilet paper.
Yeah.
I have a funny rag story. Like years ago when I first finished my pan shovel, the Sex Panzer, I was riding it and I didn't take the motor apart. I was just dropped the motor in. I was like, this fucking feels weird and shit. And I was like, something's not right. And I opened up I took the kidney cover off and there was a rag in there, but it was riding. But there was a rag in there, like in between all the gears and shit, like a red shop rag. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I was like,
Shit.
God damn, dude, fucking. Now it's like, no matter what, if it comes in and it's old, it's getting torn down. Like we ain't rolling the dice.
Fuck.
That's fucking nuts.
But yeah, weird shit.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. You gotta be careful with them rags too. I forget. I forget shit in stuff all the time. But that was funny because you put down some decent mileage with that rag.
Yeah.
With that
With
fucking,
a paper towel in there.
and it was still
Yeah.
intact too. That's the other thing. It didn't dissolve or anything. It was perfectly still a
Where can
square.
one get white ball? I need some.
I
of
get
those.
I get it from work.
Uh,
Yeah, I've never heard of that wipe all.
Yeah.
they're like industrials,
fucking-
like a commercial. It's not. That's not like a go to the grocery store and grab it thing.
No. No,
That's like
we get
industrial
them.
toilet paper.
We get them in.
It's
things
80
made
grit
like
toilet
this.
paper.
Yeah, no, they're huge. I use them for like hydraulic spills and shit like that to wipe stuff down all the time at work. They're real
Yeah,
nice.
it was big too. It wasn't. It's not like a little
regular.
piece of. Yeah.
No, it's big. Yeah, it stayed in there for a long time, it got me to the point where when I just did the oil change the other day, I ran some fucking brake clean in the oil. Once all the oil was out, I ran some brake clean in there, and then I ran some like zero weight through it just to make sure everything was fucking flush and there was nothing, no chunks of nothing in there. So it's all good. Yeah, don't put rags in your shit. I've seen people do that with like they'll stuff a terry cloth or whatever, the red cloths in the exhaust ports, and then they stuff them in there far enough they don't see it, and then they put their shit together, and as soon as they start their bike, it's just fucking boof, fucking two like sharded up terry cloths come out the back.
Yeah, when we get a bike that comes in like a customer bike that looks like it's been sitting and is gnarly for a while, we always the first time we fire it up, we won't We'll make sure nothing's behind it because, I don't know how many times like rodent nests and dead things come out.
Hay shoots out of the exhaust.
Hey, yeah, fucking bedding for like fucking some kind of vermin. Fucking
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, I was doing the rodents, dude. I did some I used to do vapor honing, and it was actually Loctite he had a shovel bottom end, and I cracked that bitch open, dude, and on the crank was a full out nest, like from a squirrel or some shit. It had corn in it, dude, like a bunch of corn kernels and shit.
Yeah.
It looked great from the outside, and you crack it open, and it's just like dragged a bunch of corn. Dude, there was so much corn kernels.
That's the bottom
dude.
end. That's the bottom end I inherited, right?
Yeah,
You fuckers.
I cleaned it out.
Yeah. Thanks.
Like a whole cob in there, dude.
You vapor honed it, man. It's good.
Yeah.
It's got a
What
polish.
did I call it? I called it the pop shovel or some shit, like Orville Redden Popper. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't even know where that. Do you still have that?
No.
Okay.
Nope. She gone.
You don't vapor hone anymore?
No, I was doing it for a couple years, and once I started doing the show, I'm like, I don't have fucking time. I don't have time for this show and vapor honing and everything else that I'm trying to do,
Yeah.
So I do I'll do it for friends or for myself, but yeah, I built quite a few vapor honing cabinets, and at one point I converted this it was a 6x5 Trinco cabinet. It was fucking huge, dude. It had 2 bays, and I was doing frames and like all sorts of shit. But then I was like, I kind of want the garage space back because I have like a 2-bay garage.
Yeah.
And this fucking thing took up pretty big footprint. And so I built a smaller one, and then I was just like, the money's not really there to do that as a standalone business, like for the amount of effort that goes into it, because people just drop off. Like if I was doing engine rebuilds and stuff, I would do that like as part of the service,
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but just doing that alone, and I'm not doing engine rebuilds, so
No. Yeah, I have like the high heat one, and then the vapor hone machines, like the high heat degreaser.
Yeah.
They come in handy, but I started like a side business of it, but it's not I think if you were like in California or something, it would do really well. But like I know years ago that the reason why I got into it was like Chopper Dave was telling me about it, and he was killing it with that. I don't know if he still is. I haven't talked to him in a while, but where there's like more of an industry around motorsports, like I think you could do really well with it. But out here, it's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I think it's only good for some stuff. Like if you're working on aluminum, like engine components and stuff, and there is a place for it there. And Kenny's House of Horsepower, he does like really nice engine rebuilds out in Phoenix and shit. And he vapor hones stuff because you can't beat the finish that you get.
No,
like once you see an engine that's like,
yeah,
but it's not good for. I didn't find it that great for steel, stuff like that. People would bring you weird ass shit, but like carb rebuilds and stuff, like that was like my bread and butter right there. It's like someone give you, they drop off a shitty carb, and you break it down, vapor hone it, rebuild it with a new kit, and fucking thing's brand new. Or if you're doing anything with like engine cases, anything aluminum, it works really well. But
same here. That's what we end up doing with it.
Yeah. But it's a lot of fucking work, and a lot of people too. They would bring stuff that's like it's a finishing process. It's not like a stripping. You can't you're not taking off powder coat and stuff. So
no.
I had like the dry cabinet to blast off like powder coat, and then I'd put in the vapor honer for the finish. But yeah, I just accumulated more stuff on my plate, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do this. Like it was fun. And I met a lot of people through it, which was cool. But I just don't have the time. I'd rather be just working on my own shit, whenever I can. And riding bikes is nice too, especially we only get about 3 months during the summertime right now. It was fucking 40 degrees last week, and it's finally like nice out. So it's like I kind of want to get out on two wheels.
Like down here, it keeps raining, and then like there'll be like 1 day of nice, and then like 4 days of rain, and then 1 day nice. We finally had 2 or 3 days in a row nice, and it's like the shop's going wild right now. You know what I mean? But
oh yeah,
everyone remembers they have a bike when there's two nice days in a row. They're like, oh yeah, I got a bike.
I forgot about this fucking thing. Yeah, it's those. That's I started really late on this. Well, I did a softail build, and I wasn't planning on even doing a build on this thing, and I was just like, I started I think in February or something, and I was like, I had a softail, and I was like, oh, I'll just throw on a new tank and a fender or whatever, so it doesn't look so gay, you know, because I had a stock softail with a bunch of Kiriakin shit on it, and I was like, I can't be seen in this thing, you know, and it turned into a whole ass build. It was a fucking pain in the ass, and I just sold my shovel head and sold my Sportster and shit. So I was like, I need something to ride. So then it was hacking season. I got the fucking paint job done. I have zero money to my name now. I'm definitely in the red, but I have a bike to ride. I finally did some shakedowns this week and on to the next one. I got the next bike on the lift too, Danny, that we're going to be working on.
Sick. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to be getting on that paint job when I'm done with Billy's.
Yeah, see, I'm smart. I did the paint job thing. Now I'm giving it to the pro.
Yeah, you just had to get out of you had to say you did one, right? You got to try it.
You got to try it out.
Yeah.
For sure.
And he was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Try it out so that when you come to a painter, you understand what Rhino is saying.
Yeah, then when they give you the price, you're not just like, oh my God.
The price, the
then
time
you're like,
frame.
oh, I get it.
Then you understand what 2 weeks in painter time means.
Yeah. Dude, and by the way, you're like, I'm happy to pay that. So I don't have to do that again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be painting it. Actually, I'll forget how shitty it was, and then I'll go and paint a bike next year too.
I'll walk you through that one.
Yeah, that's what I needed was a chaperone. Can't be left alone.
Man.
But okay. Truth, I wanted to get into your show because this is brand new, and this is, you said it was a last minute thing that you're putting together, right?
Very last minute thing.
So what's going on
came
Thursday?
Together over the last couple weeks. We're gonna be doing it's a new venue called Bardello. It's located right across the street from the Wares Beach side. So it's right there, right at the beginning there, right? And we're gonna do a small curated show that you guys are in, right? Small curated invited builder section, very small this year. And then the rest is going to be a ride-in show. And, you know, much like Steve's, it'll be choppers and performance bikes only. And if you have a street glide with meat hooks on it, that's great, but that's not part of the show. It's not a performance bike. Just tell the motherfuckers now, not that they're listening to this.
What if you have a whip that hangs off your handlebar?
Well, depends what color the whip is.
I actually have one of those whips because I ordered something from like JP Cycles one time,
and they
like a jet, like a S&S jet or something, and then they sent me this whip by accident. I was like, I think I got the wrong package, dude.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, they said just keep it. They said we'll send you your fucking jet kit and keep the awesome whip. So I had that just kicking around the garage.
Yeah.
That's sick.
All right, so with the show, and shout out to my friend Jenny who brought me in. So her friend actually bought that venue, and she's in charge of all the activities that are happening over the week at that venue, and so brought me on to curate this bike show, and so this is the first one. It came together fast, so it's a real fast and loose one. It'll be fun. But, you know, this will be the one we use to, like, get the lay of the land and work out the kinks. And then I'll have a whole year to really get a good one going next year. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's going to be small, fast, and loose on this one. But, yeah, registration, if you want to be in the show, and the ride-in part, which is what the major part of the show is between 12 and 2. Show's going to 6. And then after 6, there'll be an after party there on the premises. We'll have to move the bikes that are in the show, but there will be guaranteed parking for you. So, The other good thing of it is you have parking right there for the whole day and into
Sweet.
the evening. So you know what I mean. You don't have to worry about, you know, at 6 people are gonna have to move their bikes, but it's gonna be to another section of the property. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Cool.
It'll be a cool situation. There's bands and stuff. We got Lenny Lashley performing at the show, and then the after party. There's a bunch of bands, and I'm not being a dick, but I don't know who the bands are. You know what I mean? I feel bad, but you know, it's just like I said. This is fast and loose. My job was to curate the bike show, not the entertainment. You know, I got Lenny, but that was about it. But yeah, it'll be a good time, man. So you know what I mean? It'll be real organic, real fun, like ground up type stuff. So you know, obviously everybody's welcome to attend, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah. So the new venue, did they just open? Are they even open yet?
They're not even open yet. They'll be open.
They're not even
this will
open
be the-
yet, okay.
They'll be open at.
Bike Week is like they're opening. Okay. Yeah, because I Googled it and I was like, I don't see this place.
Yeah, I'll give you the address. Like it's on the flyer, 70 something, whatever, you know.
70 Endicott Street.
70 Endicott Street.
Yeah.
But it's it'll be cool because also they have access to, you know, the drive-in theater.
Mhm.
They have that as well.
Oh, no
Drive-in
kidding.
theater?
Yeah.
Is it?
The
Is
one
it
right,
the,
right
where
across
the building burned down like 5 years ago? Did they put a new venue there? Right
It's
before
like-
the hill
there's like-
where the drive-in theater is?
Yeah, it's right near the drive-in theater. Like it's like there's a restaurant there too, I think.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
Like a clam shack or something. It's like like in prior years the area they called it like Chop Shop something or other. You know, I don't know. Full disclosure, I haven't been to Laconia in like a fucking since like 2000 something, you know, like early 2000s. So, you know, I don't know the lay of the land. Like, so I'm gonna go to your show Wednesday, and then that way I can be there, and I'll be there early Thursday to set up and help set up and stuff. But that'll be my first time being on the property, you know, ever. So it'll be a good time, man. You know, like, and it's like it's cool because they're back to back. You know what I mean? It's like doing rad shit at Laconia, like, you know, making Laconia fun again, you know what I mean? And not just fucking, you know, what it's been, you know? Like, I think it'll be a good time, you know, and we'll get
Dude.
more.
Gotta
get
take it
more-
back.
Yeah, take it back. Get more.
Take it back from the corporations.
Yeah.
Get in a fight with the cops, dude. Do
Yeah.
it old school.
I'll give
There's
you a
fucking
t-shirt
plenty
if
of
you do.
I might. I just might. I got a place, dude, right?
I know.
By the way, the
I'm
other
not putting that out as an
excuse,
open call. I'm not putting that out as an open call.
the
But-
other excuse
that-
everybody brings up is like, you can't get a place in Laconia unless you book years in advance. It's like, dude, I called yesterday. I got a fucking spot, you know?
Yeah.
You can get a spot. There's spots available. I got a spot right by the Weirs Beach sign, so I can stumble into the show and stumble back if I have to.
Hell yeah.
What did you get? Like a Airbnb or something?
No, it's just I think it was a cottage. So like a cottage. And it was cheap, dude. It was $200.
Damn.
Yeah.
Then we're all crashing at your house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Open. Hey, they have a pool too. In ground.
Really?
So after the after party, stumble back to Rhino's pad and let's get kicked out.
Fuck, I might be taking Friday off too.
Yeah. Come to the show, be cool, and you might get an invite to the after party at Rhino's.
After party, yeah. We'll have a secret handshake for the cool
Yeah,
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I should be putting my pinky up after the fucking shithole I booked for Ohio for Party at the Pen, dude. $50 a night. Have you ever even heard of anywhere that cheap?
When you
Not
get out
really.
to that side of the country, like to that area, I don't think that's like unreasonable.
$50, dude. I haven't stayed in a hotel room for under $100 in a long time.
I've stayed
It's going
in
to be a
some
little
rough
bit
ones.
dicey.
Being on the road,
What's
I've
that?
definitely stayed in some rough ones.
Oh yeah, dude.
You should do a little do an episode from the hotel.
I'm going to.
We're
I bet
gonna
there's going to
try
be some
and
characters working there, dude.
yeah, we're gonna try and do some.
We'll
shit
interview
whole
the
time we're
front
out there.
desk person, you know,
Yeah.
or some of the people that live at the motel.
Yeah.
How long you been
guy-
gone for?
Yeah. You should ask what the week rate is or the month rate.
Yeah.
If it's 50
For the
bucks
hourly rate.
Get it 200 bucks a month.
That's when you know that you're somewhere awesome, is when it's like rent a room for a night or forever, and they have the long-term
Or never
stay.
leave.
Yeah. What's that place on Bridge Street in Manchester? It's like stay for a night or forever, and it's like
Cadillac.
dude. Dude. My uncle used to live there.
It says stay for a night or for a lifetime.
For a lifetime.
I saw recently, I think it was last year or something. Somebody got that tattooed, and that's fucking the coolest townie tattoo ever.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to like live in a hotel for a couple months. Like just you have like someone cleaning your shit for you, like fucking, you know what I mean? Like
I did it when I was in the military, when they sent me out for training and shit. If I was out there for several months or whatever, if I was doing an ARC V tour or whatever at a different base, I stayed in a hotel for months on end, and it was fucking awesome. It was always the extended stay hotels too.
yeah, with
So you
like,
have like your own
kitchenette
little
and everything.
kitchen and and all that shit. So it was pretty sick.
Yeah, dude, you don't have to clean up after yourself. You just fucking
Like being rich.
they get the tiny little garbage cans,
Yeah.
and you're like drinking and ordering pizza and shit, and the fucking thing's just overflowing with trash, and then you're just like, let the maid clean it up.
Yeah, she'll
Yep.
come. She'll be by in the morning.
No tip. Dude, dude, I'm psyched on this. Is the most excited I've been for Laconia. We always have a good time. We always go up, and it's a good excuse to get out and ride bikes. There's awesome riding out that way, and do all the fucking kitschy shit too.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember you saying, I think when we were at the Haverhill show, you were talking about Laconia and trying to do something to like take it back. You were saying that was kind of a mission, and then that's why you're like the first dude I called when I got that offer to get this show going, and I was like, yeah, I know who to talk to. That's gonna be stupid about this. Like,
Lowlifes, you better show up at this fucking show. These shows, guys.
Yeah.
I want to see everybody at the Hill Climb. Hill Climb show, 10,000 in attendance this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get rowdy, and then Thursday we're gonna blow that spot up.
And then we're gonna
Laconia is.
Let's do it like let's make it look like I just blanked out on the name. You know the famous picture of the dude sitting on his bike with like 5 bottles around him. He's like a boost.
Hollister riots, dude.
Let's make it Laconia riots, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna dress up like that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some weird twill pants and shit, and snap a pic of me, dude, because I'm gonna be in rough shape.
Then you can go right to the Race of Gentlemen and be fucking fit right in.
Race of Gentlemen, yeah, dude.
Hey,
I've never been to that show.
I
It looks
took my
fun.
mom to the Race of Gentlemen. She had so much fun. My mom and my aunt were shit-faced the Race of Gentlemen.
yeah,
That's awesome.
my boy Jimmy races in that from Murphy's are, and he's like, "You gotta come out, just stay at my hotel. We go fucking crazy." Harley puts on a good show there. The night of the troglodytes. Harley from Tradition puts on a good show there. That looks fun as fuck because it's at the hotel near the pool and everything, and just wild over there. Like,
Yeah, I stayed in that hotel, and that's one hotel my wife still talks about because there was fucking dirt in the bed sheets, and she's like, "That place was so gross."
yeah,
It was such a good time though. We had perfect like balcony view of the whole party. I had a great time.
yeah, fuck
Yeah, one show. Speaking of hotels, one of the best shows was that Cheap Thrills show that they did in that U-shaped fucking motel or whatever, like right down on the boardwalk and shit. The setting is like everything,
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I haven't done another Full Speed Ahead, because we can't find a good venue. Like, we still have like the coolest fucking pre-party. We got a battleship, you know what I mean? And we still got access to the ship, but trying to find land big enough close to the ship where we could do the big show is hard, man.
They won't let you put bikes on the ship.
It's so hard because like the deck, like like when the tide changes, like the plank to put the bikes up is like this.
Shit.
And then it goes like this. You know what I mean? And you're like, and everyone's got no brakes and shit. So it's like, it would be a catastrophe at the bottom of that.
Oh,
you know what
God.
I mean? Yeah.
Feel like a new Boston Tea Party, a bunch of choppers at the bottom of the
Yeah, we
harbor,
brought a
dude.
couple bikes up, but it's like, you know what I mean? But you couldn't like do the whole thing. Yeah. And we do hot rods at that too, or we did do hot rods at that too. So, so you need a little bit more space, but that's fun as fuck.
When was the last time you guys did that show? Was it before COVID?
Before COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pre-COVID. And then because it was the year that it hit, because then we used to do the main show at the Brockton Fairgrounds, and then during COVID, Amazon took over the Brockton Fairgrounds as a parking lot for their fleet of delivery vehicles. So
Yep.
so there was no going back to that. I can't compete with Amazon, man. Steve might be able to, but I can't.
Get him, Steve.
Yeah, fuck that. Fucking Amazon. That shit fucking Amazon and
It's
Walmart.
just so fucking crazy, dude.